When hell was discovered, what American soldiers did to SS guards at Dachau, 1945. April 29th, 1945. Germany was already losing the war, but nothing had prepared the American soldiers for what they were about to see. As the gates of Dachau concentration camp opened, battle-hardened U.S. Army soldiers froze, not because of gunfire, not because of enemies, but because hell was real and it was standing in front of them. Inside Dachau, they found piles of rotting bodies stacked like wood, prisoners who looked less than human, skin glued to bone, crematorium ovens still warm, a train full of corpses, over 2,000 dead, starved and beaten to death. Many American soldiers threw up, some cried, some stood in silence, shaking. One soldier later said, "I had fought Nazis for years, but that day I learned what evil truly was." The SS Guards. Now here's the part history books often whisper but never say loudly. The SS Guards at Dachau, the men responsible for this nightmare, were still there. Some tried to surrender, some raised their hands, some pretended they were just following orders, but the American soldiers had just seen thousands murdered, and something inside them snapped. The moment that changed everything. A group of captured SS guards was lined up near a wall. They were unarmed. They were prisoners now. But the soldiers guarding them had just walked through gas chambers, just seen children's corpses, just smelled death in the air. One American machine gunner reportedly said, "These men don't deserve trials." And then, gunfire. Several SS guards were shot and killed by U.S. soldiers on the spot. Not in battle, not in combat, but in raw, uncontrollable rage. Was it a war crime? Yes, technically, by military law, it was. The U.S. Army did investigate what happened at Dachau. Statements were taken, reports were written. But here's the truth. No American soldier was seriously punished. Why? Because even the investigators admitted something chilling. After what those men saw, it was impossible to expect restraint. The moral dilemma. This is why Dachau remains one of the most uncomfortable moments in WWII history. The Americans were the liberators, the good guys. Yet, for a brief moment, they crossed a line. Not out of cruelty, but out of human fury. Because when law meets pure evil, sometimes law breaks. Survivors remember. Former prisoners later said something shocking. They did not condemn the Americans. One survivor said, "For the first time, we felt someone was angry for us." Another said, "Justice didn't matter. Humanity did." Dachau taught the world many lessons, that genocide is possible, that silence kills, and that even the most disciplined soldiers, when faced with true evil, are still human. History doesn't ask whether it was right or wrong. It only asks. But the story doesn't end with gunfire. Because after the SS guards were killed, the American soldiers had to do something even harder. They had to live with it. Aftermath inside the camp. For the next hours, the soldiers stopped being fighters. They became caretakers, witnesses, and unwilling judges of history. They fed prisoners slowly, because many would die if they ate too fast. They carried survivors who couldn't walk. They forced remaining SS guards to bury the dead they created. One U.S. officer ordered the SS prisoners, You will look at every body. You will remember every face. No shouting, no beating, just truth. The silence that followed. That night, the camp was quiet. No screams, no gunshots. Just American soldiers sitting alone, writing letters they would never send. One soldier wrote in his diary, "I liberated Dachau today. I don't feel like a hero. I feel older." Another said, "The war ended for me at Dachau. Everything after felt meaningless." Why this moment still matters. Dachau wasn't just a camp, it was proof. Proof that evil doesn't look like monsters, it looks like uniforms, paperwork, orders stamped and signed. And that day, the American soldiers didn't just defeat Nazis, they exposed a truth the world tried to ignore. Civilization is fragile. Humanity is conditional, and justice is not always clean. History's uncomfortable question. Today, military academies still study Dachau, not to praise it, not to justify it, but to ask one question: what happens when moral law meets absolute evil? Because Dachau proves something terrifying. Even the good side can break when pushed far enough. The SS guards thought the war would protect them, trials would save them, uniforms would hide them. They were wrong, because on April 29, 1945, they didn't face a court, they didn't face a judge, they faced men who had just walked through hell, and hell changed them forever. History remembers Dachau as liberation, but for those who were there, it was the day innocence died.